Live from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, it's the Class 3A state semifinal. The Grangers of LaGrange, 10-2 on the year, take on the Peach County Trojans, 10-3. This game kicks off day 2 of our coverage of the GHSA state semifinals right here on Georgia Public Broadcasting. And good morning, everyone. I'm John Wilkerson, along with Bo Buck. We feel we got a real good matchup between Peach County and LaGrange. Bo, these are two teams that struggled out of the gate, righted the ship, and now it can be said they may be the hottest teams coming in the dome.
Well, LaGrange started out by being upset, but since then have run off 11 in a row. Peach County, on the other hand, lost a lot of seniors a year ago. They opened up 0-3, but boy, they're on a roll now.
Well, let's talk about the LaGrange Grangers, who, by the way, have won 2 straight state titles. 3 of the last 4, and let's talk about their quarterback, Travis Tucker.
Well, there he is right there, number 3. Travis Tucker is really something. 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and 134 attempts, but he does his best work running with the pigskin. On the defensive side of the ball, they've got a real marauder in number 15, Anthony Blackman. He's a linebacker, 86 tackles, a bunch of assists, and this guy is really something.
The Grangers are coached by Steve Pardue, and he gives us the lowdown on LaGrange.
Offensively, we base out of the wing tee, but we try to be real multiple in it. We'll go 3 wide receivers, and then we've kind of gone to where we go some no-back stuff and getting the shotgun. And probably the strength of our offense right now is Travis Tucker, our quarterback. We kind of go out, he goes. He's had a great senior season here of late. He's really played well. He's thrown for right at 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. So he's really carrying us offensively. Defensively, we're an 8-man front team. We're attacking. Senior Anthony Blackman anchors the middle of our defense at linebackers, having a great senior season. And probably the strength of our team is our 2 defensive ends, senior Robert Ramey, a 3-year starter, and junior DJ Stafford, who is just a phenomenal player. He's 6'4", 255 pounds, and can really run. So that would say that's the strength of our defense.
Now we've told you about LaGrange. Let's tell you about the Peach County Trojans. And Bo, they've got a quarterback, Antonio Hinton. This kid is big time.
Oh, he really is. He's already committed to Ohio State, and he's got a battery mate by the name of Slaughter. And these guys will combine this morning to really put on a show. They are something else. On the defensive side of the ball is number 99, a defensive tackle, Samuel Chester. And Chester can pick him up, put him down, and wreak havoc on the interior of that defensive front.
Imagine we'll be calling him Big Sam all day. Let's hear from 5th-year head coach Rance Gillespie. How are the Trojans going to look?
Offensively, we base out of the eye. We're not in it very often. We're pretty multiple. We've kind of gone to a more spread-oriented shotgun, gun run type offense with the personnel that we have. But we do base out of the eye, and you'll see us in the eye some. Defensively, we base out of a 4-3. We not in that very much either. Pretty multiple on defense and try to give them a lot of different looks. And we'll blitz occasionally, play some zone coverage, and zone blitz some. So.
Well, we've heard from both coaches. Now let's hear from our 3rd member of the crew down the field, Scott Kozlowski. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, gentlemen. I had a chance to talk to both coaches before the game here, and I asked them about this 9 a.m. kickoff. And both of them actually put a positive spin on it, saying that they're able to warm up as long as they want. They're gone through their normal 2-hour pregame routine, and they like it because the other teams that play later in the afternoon only have a limited time to warm up. So they've said that there's going to be no intensity missing from this game because it starts at 9 a.m. John?
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta as we get set to kick off this 3A semifinal between the LaGrange Grangers and the Peach County Trojans. As you get a good look at the Grangers here in the Georgia Dome. They've won 3 of the last 4 Class 3A state championships. Oh, they know about this dome experience, Bo.
John, it's always fun to follow one of these teams in here as they come in for the first time, which both yesterday and today I was able to do. And the kids, their eyes just open up, and you can imagine the magnitude of this Georgia Dome, and they're about to play football on it.
Look at them get after it. Here comes Peach County. The Trojans come into the game. As you take a look at the Grangers, as they get ready to bust the paper. And the Georgia Dome is alive. LaGrange comes in this game 10-3. Here's LaGrange in the regular season. As you can see, they'll run more than pass. 32 touchdowns on the ground, 13 touchdowns in the air, Bo.
Yeah, they are pretty well balanced, and they're going to be a fun team to watch today.
They defeated Cairo in the first round, Mary Persons, and then a classic game up in Gainesville with the Grangers using their experience defeating the Red Elephants.
That came down to the fourth quarter. It was a doozy.
Peach County, they began the season 0-3, and as you can see at their numbers, again, a well-balanced offense there, Bo.
Yeah, and they, as I said, they've got a great battery with Hinton and Slaughter, and they're going to be fun to watch.
No problems with Cross Creek in the first round. Defeated Northside 40-13, and then put up a basketball score against Stevens County 56-42. It's an offense that can and will score points. As you get a good look at quarterback Travis Tucker of LaGrange. He guided this team to a state championship last year. Are you ready, Bo?
I'm ready. Let's go.
It's go time as you take a look at Rance Gillespie. Tommy Traylor will kick it off for the Grangers.
LaGrange, a very disciplined team. You can see even the way they take the field for the kickoff.
Steve Pardue in his 12th year. Well, he's built that program to a high level. The class of Class 3A this decade.
Yeah, 22-5 playoff record for him. 118-28 is his current record at the school. From Austin Peay, where he went to school.
An old governor. Okay. Trailer's ready. And you'll see this from LaGrange, an unusual kickoff position. I like the short kickoffs. Exactly what you'll see there. And fielded at the 25 and to the 35-yard line. That was Mario Howard.
Little pooch kick. That was kind of like a rugby kickoff, and you can call a fair catch on something like that.
Get a good look at Antonio Hinton, senior quarterback, 6'2", 215 pounds. Check out those stats by him. You mentioned at the top of the show, Bo, he'll be going to Ohio State. He has over 1,000 yards passing, 25 touchdown yards. Looking forward to watching this kid play. And on first down, he'll take to the air, looking towards Slaughter, and he overshoots him.
Immediately looking toward his buddy, and he's committed to Auburn.
The offensive line of Peach County, it's a good one. Wright, Raines, Antonio Wright, Jared Nelson, 230, and Dustin Chancellor, 250. You'll see Slaughter quite a bit today. Dorenzo Brown is their big play running back, along with Mario Howard. He can play. Udom Uma is the other wide receiver, and Tony Davis, your tight end.
When Uda started playing a little P-ball, Coach was talking about touchdown. He said, "Coach, what's a touchdown?" He caught on quickly.
He caught on very quickly. Yes, he did. So 2nd and 10. Hinton warmed up the arm on the first play of the game. He'll hand this one off to Mario Howard. And Howard with some good moves. Has a first down and a lot more. Gets out to the 48-yard line before Randall Burton brought him down for the Grangers. We're going to see some dancing early on here, Bo.
Watch this. Great move right there. And now watch him come to the point of contact. Bup, 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 and he bounces outside.
Howard, just shy of 1,000 yards on the year. Averages 6 yards per carry, and he gets a first down for the Trojans. And hitting out of the shotgun. It's Howard again. Howard will pick up about 4 yards before being brought down by Anthony Blackman. As you take a look at the LaGrange defense of Robert Ramey, Vic Williams, Mike Daniel, and DJ Stafford. He has 102 tackles on the year. The linebacking crew of Keon Harris, Anthony Blackman, he has 139 tackles, Bailey and Maddox, and Dow, Kelton, and Burton are the secondary. A very active defense by the Grangers. Under center is Antonio Hinton. And Hinton, big rush, will tuck and run, nice spin, and get out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Forced out of bounds by Anthony Blackman.
See what I was talking about, him doing his best work when carrying the ball?
Yeah.
He's an accomplished runner. You'll see him right here. Slaughter's to the bottom of your screen. Takes a look at him and sees that he's in space and makes that spin move, picks up another 7 or 8 yards.
Watch the spin on Anthony Blackman. Third and 2. That's Slaughter in motion. Howard has a first down. To the 35 to the 32-yard line. Boy, does he have some wiggle in his hips.
Yeah, more moves than a bag of worms. We've seen 2 guys whiff already this morning.
Keon Harris and Mikhail Bailey.
Here he comes here. Great block to kick out the defensive end. And then here there's an array of moves that just gets him extra yardage.
He's a morning person. It's hard to do that this early in the morning. So the Peach County offense moving at will. As you take a look at the stats of Mario Howard, 8 touchdowns on the year. Hinton completes the Slaughter across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That was Udom Uma on the catch.
He's set down right in the zone. And Tucker found him.
It's a first down for the Trojans. Shovel pass. Dorenzo Brown. And Brown goes all the way to the 1-yard line. Randall Bailey saved the touchdown.
But Coach Gillespie is showing us an array of offensive play calling here that's really mixing it up. There's the old shovel pass. And then good hard-nosed running to the 1.
500 yards rushing on the year for Dorenzo Brown. Out of the I formation. First and goal. And movement on the line. Looks as if Dustin Chancellor may have jumped. Number 69.
Yeah, he did.
Our referee today is David Hudson. Our officials are from the Atlanta Area Football Officials Association.
Ball foul, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Dustin Chancellor guilty. He's got a 3.8 GPA and scored a 1060 on the SAT.
Oh, reminds me of myself.
Don't expect someone with that kind of smarts to jump off the line early. Anthony calling out the signal. Looking toward the end zone. Now he'll tuck and run. Has an alley touchdown. Peach County. And the Trojans made this look easy.
Great job by the offensive line. They funneled them outside, and they made that opening there.
A carbon copy of what we saw yesterday morning, Bo. The offense is scoring early. Now, Juan Rodriguez is out to kick the extra point. They plucked him from the soccer team. This is his first year. He's a junior. And it's right down the middle. Antonio Hinton, there's a good look at the big senior and his run to give the Trojans their first touchdown. Just a simple up the middle. Look at that hole he had to run through there, Bo.
Yeah, that's why I said the offensive line just created that. Just fed everybody to the outside. Influenced them outside. Look at that.
Think Jim Trustle's going to like having him on his team?
I guess so.
8 plays, 67 yards, almost 3 minutes of time. And Antonio Hinton with the 7-yard touchdown run. to make it 7-0. And a busload of fans came from Fort Valley. You should take a look at Rance Gillespie. He's in his 5th year at Peach County. 2 years ago was the Atlanta Touchdown Club Coach of the Year. And Bo, he attended Georgia. I wonder who he's for today.
Yeah. Scott, we'll be watching that game tonight for sure.
Scott Kalsowski, what do you got?
John, I talked to Coach Pardue before the game, and the one thing he told me was they can't let them score early, and that's just what happened. He wants to control the ball. He says they don't need to score every time, but they need to make first downs and play well on special teams and eliminate the turnovers.
Steve Pardue knows his coaching. 3 state titles last 4 years. LaGrange working on 2 in a row.
Also been Coach of the Year.
Several times over. Juan Rodriguez with a short pooch kick and a fair catch caught by LaGrange's number 8, Randall Burden.
That was a smart play because they were on top of him. That was a better pooch than Peach put up, or rather LaGrange put up. More height, more hang time.
You get a good look at LaGrange quarterback Travis Tucker, over 1,000 yards passing this year. He started out as an outside linebacker, moved to quarterback last year. And then this year he's led the Grangers here to the Georgia Dome. And on first down, they'll give it to Shepard. And a couple of yards there, Bernard Hurd, I should say. And Hurd gains a couple. If you take a look at the LaGrange offense, the line of Colin Thompson, Denard Pickett, Lucas Palmer, Drew Smythe, and Kayshawn Deal. Kendall and Hurd are your running backs. Shepard and Poitras are your wide receivers. And Lance Palmer are the tight end. You'll hear a lot of Mr. Shepard today. We'll put this in motion. For the Grangers. We'll end around. That's Shepard. Shepard stood up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Big Sam Chester on the tackle.
Yeah, conservative beginning out of that wing T for LaGrange, and more conservative than we've seen both yesterday or today.
Cersei Chester at 275, Deion Armstrong 290, Rayfield Everett are your line. The backers of Wembley, Victor Neal, he's got the most tackles on the team, and Kip Pearson, McGee, Thompson, Marion Williams, and Brad Tooks, your secondary on third down. And Tucker will throw, looking towards Shepard, nothing there, now goes across the middle, and it's complete. It's Shepard, makes the catch at the 46-yard line.
Well, Shepard does a great job of keeping his feet moving through the zone. And Tucker, I thought it might be a little late to throw this pass, but did a great job.
Shepard gathered it in.
See the receiver keep moving?
Shepard averages 25.4 yards per catch. So it's a first down for the Grangers, and the Granger offense is moving. Play action. And Tucker has it incomplete, intended for Poitras. Got some pressure from Chester.
Well, Coach started conservatively, but then came back now on first down and is looking to throw deep.
They do like to mix it up, but if you look at a base of LaGrange, it's a wing T type of base. But they like to do some option, like to do some throwing out of that. As he says, they're very versatile. And here's the pitch, and an option pass, and it's almost intercepted. Terry McGee. Andre Hardy with the throw.
Boy, had me fooled. Pretty good.
Steve Pardue goes to his bag of tricks early on.
Yeah. Lucky that wasn't picked off.
Palmer, the intended receiver. Third down and 10. Shotgun look out of Travis Tucker. Throw and does so to Shepard. Shepard trying to turn the corner. He'll have the first down. He had to get to the 30. 6-yard line. Terry McGee forced him out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 35.
Here it comes right now. Right into your picture, right into your living room. Look at how big time he looks. Look at the way he runs. Boy, he's a classy looking football player.
He is LaGrange's big play guy. And he already has made a couple of big plays on this first offensive possession. One back. Hardy in motion. To give us to Hurd, and Hurd perhaps a couple of yards. And that's it. Kip Pearson in on the tackle, along with the rest of the Trojan gang.
Both these schools are multiple offenses, and we've seen just about everything.
Shotgun, screens.
Here it comes right now.
Deep ball. Hurd had a touchdown against Gainesville last week in the quarterfinals.
We need a dime. We need a dime.
Now it's 2nd and 8. 5 receivers for the Grangers. And we got a flag.
I can't cut the gun.
We'll hear from David Hudson again.
Hey, he said it's
Luther Walker, Philip Hayes, Dave Hudson, Randy Lee, and Ron Griffith from the Atlanta Area Football Officials Association.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
False
See if
start.
they come out 5 wides again. I was going to say that's unfortunate. Well, yeah, they are.
So 2nd and 8 now becomes a 2nd and 13. Tucker, and the pass is complete. First down yardage of Poitras. And they'll move the chains again.
Take a look at that as Poitras just squats down in the zone. Turns in right there and sits down. Picks up a nice first down.
And keeps the LaGrange drive alive. 5 touchdowns for Mario Poitras. He's the other receiver on the other side of Marshall Shepard. Coach Pardue says he's got the best hands he's ever coached. First down, here's a screen. That's Shepard, and Shepard will get to the 15, just short of the first down.
Really drawn up well.
LaGrange scored on a similar play like that last week against Gainesville.
See that block right there? That was a great, great design.
And on 2nd down, that was Bernard Hurd, looks as if he might have lost a yard. Victor Neal on the stop. So, almost like yesterday, Bo, we're seeing the other team counter. Punch and counter punch almost. The give is to Michael Kendall, and Kendall will gain just a couple. He might have enough for the first down, depends on the spot, needs to get to the 14.
Boy, all of a sudden, Peace County getting pretty stout down here in the red zone. Timeout. Oh, I'm sorry.
They did get the first down. Steve Pardue talking to his quarterback, Travis Tucker. 12 years, 3 state championships, 01, 03, and 04. And they came up this morning from LaGrange. They left about 5 a.m. from LaGrange, and the rest of the caravan came up. First down. The give is to Kendall. Whoa! It's a keeper by Tucker. And Tucker just short of the goal line.
Tucker's a pretty good ball handler, that number 3. You see it on the screen right there. He's fooled us a couple of times. Here it is right here. Little wishbone look, puts it in the belly, takes it out, gets outside, fakes the pitch, cuts it up inside.
Had me fooled. as well as some of the Peach County defense. First down and goal. 3.5 left to play in the first quarter. Tucker looking for the end zone to Shepard. In and out of the hands of Lance Parmar. He had 6 points. And the tight end couldn't gather it in.
Let's take a look at that as they flooded that area, that right part of the end zone there, sent one receiver out and then slipped another one in behind him. And there he is right there.
Well, he'll recover from that, but oh my. Hit him right where it's supposed to hit him. So we'll bring up a second down. Lance Parmar, the tight end for LaGrange. Senior Steve Pardue, keeper of the tradition at LaGrange. LaGrange has one heck of a football tradition. 4 wideouts. That's Hurd in the backfield. And a timeout by Travis Tucker. Didn't like what he saw. Wisely calls timeout to talk to Coach Purdue. We're just underway from the Georgia Dome. John Wilkerson, Bo Bach, and Scott Kozlowski. And this guy, the Trojan.
Yeah, don't forget him.
Number 1, here we go. Here we go, in the dome. In the dome where we belong. Yeah.
I think he got up at 2 a.m. just to put the war paint on.
Or he might have gone home like that.
Rance Gillespie, 5 years at Peach County, 48 wins. He's built something special down in Fort Valley. First down. It's Shepard. Shepard with a stiff arm. Still can't handle it. Chris Slaughter on the tackle.
Well, Slaughter's known for his offensive work, but boy, he fought through a block there to make the tackle. Hope you can see him on the outside here. Just comes right through the blocker.
6'3", 170 pounds is Slaughter. Runs a 4.5 40.
He's going to Auburn.
He'll fit well in the Alabama Plains. Second down. Tucker looking toward the end zone. Dropped. Mario Poitras couldn't handle it.
Boy, Mario almost made a great adjustment on that ball. There's a pure corner route. It looks over the other shoulder. It's a well-thrown ball.
Brad Tooks was there on the coverage for the Trojans. And so on third down, just outside the 10, Grange will try to score from there. Michael Kendall in the backfield. It's Shepard in motion. Tucker on a keeper, looking in the end zone toward Poitras. Nothing there. He'll tuck and run to his own guy, and lose 8 yards.
There was absolutely nothing downfield. Peach County did a great job of taking away what they wanted to do in the passing tree. Great block there. But he's looking. Everybody was on the left side, and there was nobody to come back to on the backside.
And this didn't please Coach Pardue. Tommy Traylor is out to attempt a field goal. He's 2 of 4 from field goal range. This will be a 36-yarder. This will match his longest this year of 33. Or best his longest this year. He's a senior. Got the leg into it. And got it.
Wow, good one.
So LaGrange puts points on the board. It's 7-3. As Tommy Traylor knocks down a 36-yard field goal, and that matches his that best his long of the year.
Nice job.
Well, if you're LaGrange, you got to be happy that you got some points, and Steve Pardue was extremely pleased that his kicker, he's got a kicker today.
Yeah. Both these coaches seem like pretty level-headed guys. You know, they're not ranting and raving at their players. They're coaching them instead of intimidating them.
Some of the throng that made it up from LaGrange. A little over an hour drive from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. And some of the students have made it from LaGrange High School, supporting the Grangers. And Bo, what is a Granger?
A Granger is a guy that goes out and keeps looking for a sandwich. And you just go all over town granging, looking for a sandwich.
I'll accept that definition. On the website it says it's a winner. Trailer again with that little pooch kick and fielded at the 38-yard line by Peach County.
Now it's important.
Fielded by Keith Searcy.
Important for LaGrange now to stop Peach County. Don't allow them to go downfield as they did in the opening drive.
Take a good look at Antonio Hinton. He commanded this Peach County offense in their first possession towards 6 points. Now we'll see what they'll do in their second offensive possession. Now the shotgun. That's Slaughter in motion. Looking to throw. Being rushed by Blackburn. Tucks and runs. Loses the football. And it's recovered by LaGrange. A big turnover for the Grangers. Kinza Dow recovers for LaGrange. And the Grangers are excited.
Perfect example of accepting your losses, playing it conservatively. Watch him now when he scrambles. Did a great job of stepping up here. Now he takes off, and now instead of going outside or out of bounds, he tries to cut between defenders and make something big when he really didn't have anything.
And so the Grangers now have a chance to add more points. To get one more look at the turnover by Antonio Hinton. Bernard Hurd on a sweep. Can't get a block and brought down. Brad Tooks was there to bring him down.
What a great job he did. Holding off that blocker from the inside, just playing off him, and forcing the runner to go inside.
The loss of 1 will bring up 2nd and 11. We're near the 1 minute mark in the first quarter. And we got a stoppage in play, which doesn't please Steve Pardue at all. So we got an equipment issue with one of the LaGrange players. Well, we'll settle this issue. Talking over there with quarterback Travis Tucker. David Hudson, your official. Wipe the flag. I believe the issue was they may have had too many men on the field, but I didn't see 12 guys in the huddle. In any case, the flag was picked up, so we'll keep playing. Doesn't please Rance Gillespie. Can't sell him on that. Now we have a flag. So maybe there is justice for Coach Gillespie.
Boy, the way Peach County got off the line of scrimmage, they should be happy there's a flag.
False start on the Grangers. Back them up 5.
Ball is at the 7-yard line.
Illegal procedure. Offense. 5-yard foul, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Already 3 penalties for the Grangers, costing him 15 yards.
Watch number 11 at left defensive end. His name is Everett. And look at the jump he gets off the line of scrimmage.
Incomplete, in and out of the hands of the receiver for LaGrange, Randall Burton.
That was going to go. John, that had big time written all over. Let's take another look at it. You'll see he's in space, and this bullet comes like a rocket. He's just not able to hang on to it. You got to pluck that. You got to snatch it. Should have had pinkies up instead of thumbs up.
Think he was anticipating getting leveled afterwards?
Probably so.
Third and long. Peach County got a gift turnover, or LaGrange got a gift turnover and hasn't been able to capitalize so far. They've been moving backwards. Tucker looking to throw, lets it fly deep. He's got a receiver down there. Touchdown! What a catch! Mario Poitras!
Was he in back of the line of scrimmage? Because he ran a pretty long time, I guess so. I thought he was not going to go there because that was open early. And he saw it as he was scrambling outside. Saw him, didn't pull the trigger, so I thought he was giving up on it.
Stayed with him, and Poitras has a touchdown and a pat on the head by head coach Steve Pardue. And so Traylor will come out here to attempt the extra point. He's 34 of 40 on PATs, and it's 10-7 LaGrange. What creativity by Travis Tucker to that guy, Mario Poitras. Here it is again.
Yeah, see it. Now he's open now. He's deep. He's behind the defender. He's behind the secondary. He's open. I just thought it was going to be too late.
It wasn't too late as Tucker got the ball downfield.
Strong arm, huh?
And Slaughter was beaten, and the late was two hit by Marion Williams.
Slaughter, being an accomplished wide receiver, should know better, should not have given him that gap.
So the Grangers take advantage of the turnover. 3 plays, 53 yards, a 53-yard touchdown strike from Travis Tucker to Mario Poitras. And Rance Gillespie's got to be wondering, why did that happen?
Well, because you turned it over, your quarterback fumbled, and he gave it to him at midfield, and then you didn't play solid defense in the secondary.
And while Peach County had momentum at the beginning of the game, it has been taken away quickly by the Grangers. We're also probably seeing some playoff experience by this Granger team. I mean, when you win 3 state titles in 4 years, that trickles down. Traylor? They will do this throughout the game. Well, now they're going to kick it deep. And they are fielded at 15 by Kip Pearson. And he advances it to about Lorenzo Brown. My fault.
It'll be interesting to take a look at later on, if we can, its average starting position with these funky kickoffs that we're seeing this morning.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably around the 30, 35-yard range, yard line.
About where it is right now. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Antonio Hinton now, his 3rd shot in offense. 39 seconds to go in the first. He'll hand it off to Mario Howard, and Howard with another big run across the 40, midfield. Lowers his shoulder and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Lowered the shoulder on John Kelton.
Pretty good speed to the outside. Peach County, watch him collapse the left side of that LaGrange defensive front. Boom. Here he's going to go. He's loading up. Boom. There you go.
That was big time. 5 yards in the morning so far from Mr. Howard. And first down, it's Howard again. And he'll gain perhaps 5 yards. Anthony Blackman makes the tackle from his inside linebacker position. Mario Howard, 8 touchdowns on the year, and Coach Gillespie calls him He's a downhill runner, and he's been running downhill in this first quarter so far, Bo.
Sure has been. He's fun to watch.
We near the end of the first quarter. Get the play off before we hit triple zeros. Hinton going deep for the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Keith Searcy. On the coverage was Kinzel Dowell. Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. The Grangers are up 10-7 on Peach County. Let's go down the field to Scott Kozlowski.
John, the Coach Gillespie told me two things before the game. One, we can't afford to make mistakes. Well, that fumble led to the touchdown, but the other thing he told me was that we need big plays when we need them, and I think now would be one of those times.
I would agree with you, Scott. Third down. It's Mario Howard. He'll provide the big play. 15. Spins at the 10. Gets down to the 7. Another huge run by Mario Howard.
Wow, what a great job by the offensive line for Peach County. Just opening up these huge holes, and then the backs are so quick and speedy and talented that they're just running downhill. What's this move? There's one more coming up. Oh, then lowers the shoulder.
No huddle by Peach County. They're going to try to up the tempo a little bit. And the play's been whistled dead. David Hudson's got the crew around, and we'll discuss what this is.
Coach really disappointed. Thought he had something there. We've had some untimely whistles for both sides today.
Looking toward the LaGrange crowd. Somebody
refrain from using any noisemakers or whistles while the ball's in play. This could seriously injure some of the players on the field.
Well, it looks as if somebody had a whistle on the LaGrange side of the stands.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. No. Obviously, Rance Gillespie said, that's all right. I'll take that.
Well, they've been warned if that happens again, you can get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty from the fans. Okay, here we go. On first and goal. A keeper by Hinton. Hinton gets about to the 4. Anthony Blackman is there for the Grangers. What do you think, Bo? A broken play?
No, stuck it in, took it out. That's the quarterback's option. If that daylight opens up to the left side, he can pull it out of there just like the wishbone.
Second and goal. This time Howard, and this time Howard is knocked for a loss. Brought down by number 35, Robert Ramey.
Yeah, tough to run wide down here. You've really got to run north and south. Look, it bumps into a big number 70, which I think is probably tough not to do.
Jeremiah Wright took some punishment. It was a loss of yardage, so it's third down and goal. Stayed in the shotgun look while in the red zone. Hinton looking towards Slaughter, nothing there. He'll tuck and run. And Hinton stretches and scores. Touchdown. His second touchdown of the morning.
Right. We saw that yesterday in the AA semifinal game. Just when you thought the runner was out and down, all of a sudden you get that last lurch and leap and gets it over the goal line for a touchdown. That was a great play.
It helps when you're 6'2", Bo. And when you're 214 pounds. Now, if he does that in the Big Ten, he might get punished.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Rodriguez on for the extra point. 14-10, Peach County. And that was an impressive offensive possession by the Trojans. And here comes Antonio Hinton into your living room. You can't say enough about this offensive line of Peach County. The way they've been opening holes. Jeremiah Wright, Darius Raines, Antonio Wright, Jared Nelson, and Dustin Chancellor.
It's amazing how they can just part that defensive front, make them go in the direction they want, and just open up the middle of the field.
7 plays, 72 yards, and Hinton scores his second touchdown of the morning. So again, Bo, we have another game where it could be the last team that scores wins.
I know, another shootout just like yesterday. We had some great games yesterday. It looks like this is going to be the teaser for another day of great football.
Don't you love it? These 9 a.m. games, they throw the book out the window. They just let it hang out and play.
Nothing like breakfast at the Dome.
Juan Rodriguez will kick it off. Again, another pooch kick, fielded at the 20 by number 4, King Dow, and Dow with a good return to the 35-yard lane. So, Bo, there we go, 30-35. That's where offensive possessions have been starting this morning.
That had a chance to really go, though, and you've got to be careful. If you're going to kick a pooch kick, then you've got to get it high and short. You don't want any return.
Travis Tucker on to lead the troops again. He started out as an outside linebacker, became the quarterback last year, and now here he is, guiding the team to the Georgia Dome. Over 1,000 yards passing this year. And now the shotgun, it's Tucker on the keeper. Fighting for yardage, he'll get 5. Marion Williams was in on the tackle. Rayfield Wright also. But Bo, check him out. He's not afraid. There's that linebacker mentality. He's not afraid to take the punishment.
First of all, great fake to this guy's size, which ate up number 56 from Peach County. But look at him take on would-be tacklers and just fight through them.
Peach County with the advantage in total yards so far this morning. It's Hurd on a counter. He'll get a couple. That's it. Big Sam Chester there on the tackle, number 99. Take a look at Big Sam there, 6'4", 275. He's got 95 tackles this year for the Trojans, and he anchors that defensive line. Third down and 4. Hurd in motion. They'll give it to the fullback. No, it's a keeper by Tucker. And Tucker will be caught from behind. Marion Williams brings him down.
It's going to be 4th down. Didn't get it. Comes in here, this wishbone influence we keep talking about. Now he's going to turn it up.
He had Hurd there to pitch to just in case, but he'll be short of the first down.
Peach County defended that so well. He didn't take the chance on pitching and made the right decision.
So on 4th down, they're going to go for it. Wow. And they draw Peach County offsides. Big Sam Chester just wasn't patient.
Terrible. Down in those situations, you've got to be able to hold your water.
Oh, and Rance Gillespie knows it. David Hudson makes it official. That's got to be eating at Coach Gillespie right now. The turnover.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Chance to make a big statement on defense. It gives LaGrange a 1st down. It's a Shepard. Marshall Shepard on the carry. And Shepard trying to get outside. Marion Williams shoulders him out of bounds along with Terry McGee.
Picks up 3 or 4 yards. I thought they had him dead to rights, but he's had that extra gear.
And again, the Trojan defense doing a good job on this Granger offense. Speed to the corner. That was McGee hitting him first, and Williams forcing him out of bounds. Good look at number 22, Marshall Shepard. 665 yards on the ground this year. He is LaGrange's big play guy. There's a 4.40 as well. Out of shotgun. It's Tucker completing the pass. Short to the 45-yard line. Randall Burton.
Boy, if he would have spun out of this, it would have been lights out, wouldn't it? And it came close. See, Tucker reading the corner there and see what he's going to do. Is he going to go deep or is he going to come up? What's he going to do? If he came up, he might have given him a pump fake and pump and go.
Kip Pearson finished him off. He's in third down and long situation. 3rd and 4. Movement on the Peach County line, but it looks as if LaGrange wants time. So the Grangers will take a timeout here at the 6:58 mark in the second quarter. As you take a look at Steve Pardue rallying the troops. He's got to be pleased with his offense, Bo.
Yeah, I think so. And the way they bounced back and answered Peach County, which they had to do, but they've been very, very efficient ever since.
I'm not surprised by the offensive explosion after what we saw yesterday and today. Travis Tucker, if you take a look at his numbers on the afternoon, 6 of 10, a touchdown, 107 yards. How about a quarterback that can bench press 285 pounds?
You need one of those.
He's strong. 4.5 40. Shepard in motion on 3rd down. Tucker avoids the rush, has his helmet taken off. Penalty flag down. That was Chris Slaughter. Literally took his head off. And that drew the flag.
Travis Tucker shouldn't have stopped. I understand you don't have your helmet on, but you've got to keep playing there or you could get really hurt.
As soon as the helmet flew off, they whistled.
The play ended due to the helmet coming off of the runner. We have a 15-yard personal foul, face mask.
And so Slaughter will be tagged with the personal foul. Well, he flew in there. Well, it's a good thing that helmet came right off. That could have been a serious injury. And the play was whistled dead right then.
Well, you could see Slaughter coming. He was making a beeline, wasn't he?
He had his ears pinned back. He was at full speed. Both teams with 3 penalties. And so this gives LaGrange a first down. High snap. Tucker handles it. Now looking to dance. Can't escape the grasp of big number 11 of Peach County, Rayfield Everett.
That play was just blown up from the beginning. Not only was it a high snap, but it's a fastball. Watch the boom. You know, see, that was that pump and go. And there might have been a safety back there. I didn't notice, but the pump and go would have gone.
Good look at the defensive lineman, Everett, making that big tackle. A loss of 6, so it's 2nd and 16. Shepard in motion. Tucker looking towards Shepard now, going deep to Poitras, double coverage and incomplete. Williams was there along with Brad Tooks. And they'll bring up 3rd and long.
Great coverage on Peach County's part because, you know, that easily could have been pass interference, but neither one of the frontsy backseat guys touched him.
Get a good look at Brad Tooks there. 39 tackles on the year for number 16. There's 2 interceptions. 5'8", 170-pound senior. 3rd and long. Tucker. Chester there giving chase. So is Everett. He'll tuck and run. Get across the 40. He'll be well short of the first down. Had to get to the 30. Penalty flag comes down.
Terrible.
Do we got a late hit on Marion Williams?
Looks like it.
Well, I tell you, Peach County's made some stops on this possession, but are killing themselves with the penalties.
He's looking, the secondary doing a great job again for Peach County. He's got to scramble. He's got to take it and try to make it himself. Makes a great inside cut here. Look at that. And then, well, that shouldn't have been
Mid-ball
called.
foul. Late hit. Defense. 15 yards. First down.
Oh, yeah, maybe from that angle, yeah.
On this drive, LaGrange has been able to accumulate 35 yards simply on Peach County penalties. Two backs. That's Shepard in motion. Hurd on the carry, on the draw, across the 20 to the 19. And a bunch of Trojans were there on the tackle, led by big Sam Chester. Sam Wembley also there.
Grange's version of the draw.
It was a bit unusual, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Well, I got to imagine if you're Coach Gillespie, you need to say something in the locker room about the penalties.
Say something. You need to throw something.
And after you just said they were two mild-mannered coaches.
Time to get nutty.
Tucker on the keeper. Lowers the shoulder on Williams and will have a first down. And Tucker slow to get up.
Every time LaGrange has run that, Peach County has covered the pitch man here. This time they don't, and he might have been well served to make that pitch that they just faked because it was wide open to the outside.
LaGrange will spend its last time out of the half. Have to get the cobwebs out of Travis Tucker's head.
Well, he was holding his head there. The trainer's going to take a look at him along with Coach.
You know, earlier we talked to LaGrange head coach Steve Pardue, and he shared with us what he likes about coaching.
The kids, they drive me crazy at times, but to see the changes in them, to see the seniors, it happens so quick now. I guess I'm getting older. Those 4 years that we have them go so quick, but see how they change, not athletically, but, in the classroom, and how they become a lot more mature and make a lot better decisions. And that I know that sounds kind of cliche, but that really is the fun part. Obviously the Friday nights and all that. And I love practice. I look forward to practice each day. That's kind of there's no phones on the practice field, nobody to bother you, and you go out and then when you work hard on something and to see it happen in a game, that's really satisfying.
Bo, I never liked practice. If you take a look at the reigning champions from last year, Hawkinsville and Clinch County shared last year. Charlton County, and they'll defend next week. LaGrange, Warner Robins, they're your list of champions from last year. As you take a good look at Steve Pardue.
You would like practice a lot more now if you were running practice.
Travis Tucker will stay on the sideline, so John Kelton will come in, his backup. And checking out the mouth of Travis Tucker. He literally got hit in the mouth, it appears. And this is Hurd. Hurd struggling for some yardage. Will get to about the 6-yard line.
Great
Sam
feet.
Chester on the tackle.
Great feet. He was stymied to the outside, kept his feet moving, and all of a sudden some daylight opened up and he was ready to go.
Tucker coming back in. Everything's okay with him for right now, so he'll come back and lead the troops. Second down, 6. It's Hurd again with Kendall as his fullback leading the way. He'll be short of the goal line.
Boy, he hit a second gear there. Let's take another look at that play. Simple. Roll right. Now turn it up. Now watch this second gear here. Boom! lowers his shoulder.
Marion Williams there to take the punishment.
Yeah, dish it out too. Great stop.
The first and goal for LaGrange. On the doorstep to score again. Tucker keeps it. No signal yet. Still fighting down there.
Oh, that was close.
They'll have to do it again. He's about as close as you can get to not scoring. And now Peach County will take a timeout. They'll take their first time out of the half. Rance Gillespie in his 5th year. And earlier he shared with us as well as what he likes about coaching the Trojans.
You know, I think the kids and the things that you get from those kids each and every day, spending time with them, that's a special relationship that you don't have an opportunity to do in a lot of other things. So you know, I enjoy that. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the challenges that you're faced with each and every week, and you know, all those things. And of course, you know, before I was ever a football coach, I was a football fan, and I still am. I'm a tremendous football fan, and you know, so I think all of those things combined together, I don't think I could be anything else.
Rance Gillespie wants his defense to make a big stop here on 2nd and goal. Tucker keeps it again. Touchdown, Grangers. And so LaGrange. And so the Grangers score. And Bo, again, more offense.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
We've seen a lot of different looks today from both of these squads.
Trailer comes out to attempt the extra point. To give the Grangers a 3-point lead. And he does. 17-14 and another wide open 9 a.m. game here at the Georgia Dome. Travis Tucker sneaks in. This is just simple football, Bo.
Yeah, just a quarterback sneak. I don't know how he got in that time and didn't get in the last time. Tough to tell from that angle.
You know, probably just a little bit of leather, just made contact with a little white line, and that's all it takes.
Evidently.
So LaGrange getting ready to kick off, and a long scoring drive, eating up almost 7 minutes, and ended with Travis Tucker scoring, and now a ground ball. And LaGrange may have gotten this one. Mad dash inside. A lot of fighting going on in that pile.
Wow.
He'll stay with Peach County. I saw a lot of white jerseys down there, Bo.
I did too, and one came in right as that ball was popping out of there. And I was just about to say, let's see what other variation on the kickoff we can come up with tonight.
We've seen it all.
Here it is right here. Just a squib kick right through there. Here comes, white jerseys had it. Holy cow.
Kip Pearson initially had it for the Trojans, and then the mad scramble ensued. So Antonio Hinton now under center. Slaughter in motion. And looking towards Slaughter. Covered well, and he'll avoid the sack. Now throw downfield, and incomplete, intended for Uma. That was a wild one.
That was too bad that wasn't completed, because that quarterback did a great job of escaping from pressure. Look, he's looking. He should have been dead to rights. Look at there. Look at that blocker. Number 12 takes out 2 pursuers. And Uden should have had that.
That was Mario Howard, who's had a big game on the ground and showed his blocking skills as well, taking out 2 guys. All that action, and still 2nd and 10. LaGrange showing blitz. It's Howard. He'll gain 5. Brought down by Quay Huzzy.
And that's about as conservative as Peach County gets, I would think, John, huh?
What they've been showing us today, that would be my guess. But you know, Mario Howard's done a good job carrying the ball all morning. Under 2.5 minutes to go till halftime. Anthony Blackman trying to time the blitz. Crossed the line. And it's going to cost the Grangers 5.
Good time to change up the snap count there. Good guess.
Now, they showed blitz last time. Came with 2 linebackers. Looks like they're going to try to do it again. This time they got caught. Most importantly, it gives Peach County a first down.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Coach is thinking, how can we tie this game up? Trailing 17-14 with 2:17 to go in the first half.
Probably also thinking finally something goes our way. Slaughter in motion. On first down. Hinton looking towards Sire. Won't escape the grasp of the Granger defense. An incomplete pass. Bailey hit his arm, but the arm was coming forward.
Well, let's take a look and see at what point he gets it. Looking. Yeah, well, you know, it might have been right at the bottom of his backswing. That's close.
That's a bang call.
He might have gotten it before the arm came forward.
Well, it's ruled an incomplete pass. That was Marshall Shepard that stuck his arm out there and took the ball out of Antonio Hinton's hand. It's second down and 10. Pressure. Hinton stepping up. With a good move there. He'll be close to the first down. Robert Ramey, along with Randall Burton, in on the tackle. Straight up running by Antonio Hinton. Ramey catching him from behind, just getting a hand on the shoestring.
Just clipped his heels.
Yeah. They had to get about the 45. I'm going to come out and measure as you take a look at the numbers so far for Antonio Hinton, his rushing numbers and his passing. Scott Kozlowski on the field.
Well, if it comes down to them needing a field goal before the half, I was watching Rodriguez warm up before the game, and he was hitting from 45 yards out. So if they want to tie this up before halftime, if they have to settle for a field goal, he's got range.
Juan Rodriguez, his range is between 35 and 40, Scott. And I was talking with Coach Gillespie earlier this week, and he's tried some 50 and 55 yarders in warm-ups and has made them, but he's not really ready to commit to that kind of yardage, especially in a semifinal. There's a good look at Juan. They plucked him from the men's soccer team at Peach County.
Good place to look for one.
Said, hey, how would you like to come play football? Kick some field goals for us. Here's a draw to Howard, and Howard with some shifty moves loses the football. And again, the Trojans lay the ball on the ground. Looks like it's going to stay with the Trojans. Well, that's 2 breaks that have gone the Trojans' way.
There's another one of those Red Sea opening holes there, and then that just is popped out. Tackled right on the ball.
Looks like Huzzy just put his hat on the ball. That'd be Victor Williams, or Vic Williams. They had the good fortune of putting the helmet right on the ball and popping it loose as Howard will go to the sidelines, a bit shaking up.
It was popped pretty good.
Huh? Vic Williams at 6'1", 221 pounds. When you got a load like that unloading on you, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's a first down for the Trojans. A minute and a half left in the game. And the pass is incomplete and almost intercepted. Keith Searcy was in the intended receiver. He slipped down. Kenzel Dowell was there, number 4, on the coverage.
Just throwing a little bit behind him. You can see the arm strength that Minter has.
Fired that across the field. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Howard back in the ball game. Right next to Antonio Hinton. And Hinton getting some pressure. Now he's going to the end zone. Brooks Slaughter, double coverage. Incomplete. Slaughter had to become a defensive back there as Michael Bailey was there on the coverage.
That's how much confidence he has in Slaughter, and he's been throwing to him since they were probably in the 5th grade all his life. And double coverage, and he still throws up because he knows he's got the ups to go up and get that ball. Look at him.
6'3". You normally could probably jump over a defender and grab it. But that time he had to play defensive back. Randall Burton was also back there in double coverage along with that guy, number 20, Mikhail Bailey. So on 3rd down, 4 receivers, and get pressured by the defense, and Hinton having to run. And he's got a while to run. Upended, but he'll have a first down. Kenzel Dowell on the stop, and a timeout by the Trojans. Got to credit the LaGrange defense rushing 4 and getting 4 and collapsing the pocket.
But you also have to credit Hinton because look at these moves. Look at the efficiency of moves. And there's one. There's a second one. Here comes a third.
It's all Hinton. Antonio Hinton has led the way for the Peach County Trojans. He just picked up an important first down for the Trojans if they want to keep this drive alive and get some points on the board before we go to halftime. Check out those rushing numbers, Bo.
Wow, 144 yards for Peach County to only 45 for LaGrange. I thought LaGrange would have more rushing yards than that.
The draw to Howard. That's been successful for him so far. Hogtied by John Kelton, but not after a gain of 6. Clock running under a minute.
Well, we're liable to see that field goal kicker.
Peach County in hurry-up mode. A timeout left. Again, the draw to Howard. And Howard with running room. He'll go in for the touchdown. Mario Howard, nice run.
That's why I said we're not going to see that field goal kicker. Not when you can do that.
Well, that draw has been successful all morning for the Peach County Trojans, and Mario Howard just put 6 points on the board. And Rodriguez will come out for the extra point. Tack on. (21-17). Peach County takes the lead before halftime. As you take a look at the scoring drive, 10 plays, 61 yards, 2.5 minutes of time. And here's another look, Bo, at Mario Howard.
Well, a little dive play right there. Looks like an 8-way, then bounces outside. Slaughter doing a great job on the defensive back.
And again, just running downhill, and who knew he could lower the shoulder like this? Boom! And so, the Happy Trojan Band, they're getting ready to perform in a few minutes. And their Trojans are up 21-17 as you take a look at some more fans that made the trip up from Fort Valley. for the Trojans. And there's our friend, Bo.
Yeah, there he goes.
A happy group of Trojan fans. Well, we do know LaGrange will have to employ a hurry-up offense, and with Travis Tucker, you know, they have a little time to maybe, and they got a kicker too. They may have a time to get downfield and perhaps tie this.
Be interesting to see how Coach Pardue plays this.
Pooch kick again. Fielded at the 20 by Shepard, and Shepard will get just short of the 30-yard line. And so the LaGrange Grangers have 33 seconds to try to answer back the Peach County score. And they got the personnel for a quick strike.
Well, we've seen that all morning. By the way, great crowd for a breakfast game, isn't it?
It's awesome. Number of fans from Fort Valley have come up for Peach County, and LaGrange travels in great numbers. And here's Hurd on a sweep, and he'll get to the 32 and it looks, or 31, and it looks as if LaGrange is content to take this to the locker room.
Yeah, no use getting antsy down here and giving up something cheap just before the half.
We'll hear both bands at halftime, and that's going to do it for the first half. An entertaining first half, Bo.
Yeah, sure was.
We saw one yesterday in Class AA, and we're seeing another offensive show as Peach County leads 21-17 over the LaGrange Grangers. Scott Kozlowski, it's all yours.
Here with Coach Gillespie. Coach, 4-point lead going into halftime. What did you see in that first half that you liked, and what do you need to improve on?
We can't make so many mistakes in a game of this magnitude. You know, a couple of mistakes defensively that really kept the drive going, and we just can't do that. And we got to hold on the ball. We're fortunate with 2 turnovers on that last drive, and then had the one. We can't do that.
There you go. Still got a 4-point lead. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. We're in halftime. The Peach County Trojans leading the LaGrange Grangers 21-17. On the field right now is the Marching Grangers from LaGrange High School. The band director is Sheila J. Young, and Crystal Yarborough and Ashley Smith are your drum majors. There's 65 members to the Marching Grangers, and the show they'll be putting on today, America the Beautiful, and Let the Good Times Roll. Sit back and enjoy the Marching Grangers from LaGrange High School. That was the Marching Grangers of LaGrange, and standing by on the field is Scott Kozlowski.
Thank you very much, John. I'm here with Sheila Young. She is the band director for the Marching Grangers. And tell me who you have with you here.
I have Miss Kathy Grissom, who works with our guard, and Mr. Thomas over here works with our percussion.
Tell me what it takes to put on a performance like this.
Lots of practice and lots of patience.
You were telling me that this is a smaller sized band, 65 members, but you said you were growing. Tell me all about that.
We have an outstanding middle school program that's starting to build up, and over the years there's been some inconsistencies with directors, so we're hoping to see that change and just start building the program.
This is your first year?
This is my first year at the Grangers, yes.
So what do you do to try to build it and get more interest? I know you said you had a good middle school program. What else do you have to do?
A lot of recruiting, let them know what's involved in the program, let them know we have a lot of fun. Just let them know about the opportunities there are for scholarships if they're a musician, just all kinds of things. Anything we can do.
How excited do your kids get to come and perform in the Dome?
I'm very excited. This is actually my first time in the Dome at a football game, but this is, I think, their third or fourth for the Rangers. So,
how do you choose what kind of music you play, what kind of formations, all that kind of thing?
It really depends on the ability level of the students, what kind of instrumentation we have, and how much money we have.
Fantastic. It's nice talking to you. John, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. When we come back, we'll hear from the Peach County Band. It's 21-17 Trojans at halftime. Welcome back to the George Dome. Taking a look at the mighty Trojans from Peach County High School, and Scott Kozlowski is standing by with the band director. Scott?
Hey, John, I'm over here with Donald Clark. He's the band director for Peach County. And Donald, tell me what goes into putting on a performance like this.
Basically, we start during the summer, about the last week of July, and bringing the kids in for about 3 hours a day. Just kind of all comes together after that.
Tell me a little bit about your music selection for today.
Today we're doing a Spanish opener, Bravado, followed by Children of Sanchez, which is old Chuck Mangione favorite. We follow that up with a drum break, Jump Street, and end with a modern number, I'll Be There, which Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson did. So, kids kind of appreciate that, and they like that kind of music.
Fantastic. Now let's listen to a little bit of the band.
That's the Mighty Trojans from Peach County. Scott Kozlowski, this band's pretty good.
Yeah, they're great. And I'm back here with band director Donald Clark. Donald, John just commented, this band is great.
Well, thank you. We really work hard. We just try to impress the crowd.
You were telling me, the dedication you must put in the practice. Tell me about your trip up here this morning. What time you had to get up to be here on time?
We left about 5:15 this morning, so most of the kids were over at the band room at 4:30.
Wow. It just shows the dedication. Tell me, what does it take as far as work hours to get a program together like this?
Well, we have the kids in class daily. That's a requirement. And we practice at the beginning about an hour and a half each day after school. And then we kind of taper it off. Now we're just only like 2 days per week.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. John, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. As we listen to the Mighty Trojans one more time, let's check out what happened in the first half of this 3A semifinal. We begin with Peach County's first possession of the game being capped off by this 6-yard touchdown run by Antonio Hinton. It's 7-0 Peach County. And then LaGrange would answer. Tommy Traylor with his longest field goal of the year, 36 yards, splits the uprights. It's 7-6 Peach County. Still in the first. The big major mistake in the first half by the Peach County Trojans as Antonio Hinton coughs up the football. It's recovered by LaGrange, and LaGrange would capitalize on that turnover. It led to this touchdown pass as Travis Tucker fires it downfield, and he's on target to Mario Poitras. 53 yards. It's 10-7 Grangers. And Antonio Hinton, his second touchdown of the morning, an 8-yard touchdown run with some nifty moves, and it's 14-10 Peach County. And then it's Travis Tucker diving in from a yard out to make it 17-14 Grangers. And then right before halftime, Mario Howard, a 15-yard touchdown off the draw, and it's 21-17 Peach, and a pretty balanced stat sheet there, Bo.
Yeah, that was obviously very, very balanced. And in fact, when you take a look at the stats, there's two things that jump out at you. One is the time of possession, 14:51 for LaGrange to 9:09 for Peach County, and also the rushing yards. Peach County 165 on only 17 carries to 45 yards on 21 carries for LaGrange.
Quickly, let's go down to Scott.
Thank you, John. I'm here with Coach Pardue. Only down by 4 points. What'd you tell your team at halftime?
This game's going exactly like I thought it would. I told my fellow it'd be kind of like a heavyweight fight. We'd make a play, they'd make a play. We'd make a play. Unfortunately, they made the last one. We just got to come back out, get ourselves back going, and continue to make plays, and hopefully we can make the last one.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. We get ready to start the third quarter of this GHSA football semifinal, Class 3A, Peach County 21, LaGrange 17. I'm expecting the same type of second half we had in the first half, Bo.
Well, you, me, and Coach Pardue, obviously, because he said it's like a heavyweight championship bout. One guy gets knocked down, the other guy gets knocked down, and he just hopes that they're the last one scoring in this half.
LaGrange will get the ball to begin the second half. Juan Rodriguez does the honors for the Trojans. Marshall Shepard back deep for the Grangers. Buckle up, because this could be a fun second half. It's another short kick, fielded at the 25. Spin move, and maybe a 10-yard pickup by Andre Hardy. So again, we're seeing those unusual kickoffs, Bo.
Yeah, it's unusual that both schools employ the same method of taking away long kickoff returns.
As you take a look at the numbers this morning for Travis Tucker, 6 of 11, 107 yards, and a touchdown pass to Poitras.
Wide Sam!
First and 10, 35. Plenty of time now. The pocket collapses, and Tucker will keep and will gain 8 yards. Brought down by Dion Armstrong.
Did a great job of protecting outside, but didn't have balance inside and open up the middle of the field. How many times have we seen that this morning?
And again, you got to credit both offensive lines to be able to give them a chance to run. Second and short situation. And they'll give to the first back through, and just short of the first down. Michael Kindle on the carry. It's like Big Sam Chester and Deion Armstrong were there on the stop.
What's kind of strange about this game is we've not seen the dive plays be successful, the short yardage plays be successful. We're getting lots of big runs, but they're in long yardage situations.
Draws.
Yeah.
Quarterback keepers. Third and 1. Tucker keeps it. He'll have the first down as he just short of midfield. Perhaps got to the 48 before the Peach County defense, and Sam Chester brings him down. And again, here's Tucker getting those short yardage, getting that first down yardage when his team needs it.
Sticking it in, taking it out.
And that's the mark of a good quarterback that can read the defense.
Yep, absolutely.
Take a look at Travis. First down yardage. Fakes it to Hurd. Looking downfield to Shepard. And Shepard can't hang on. Penalty flag down.
And that's offensive interference.
Terry McGee on the coverage for Peach County. McGee was in position to catch that ball rather than Shepard.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bo.
Shepard came over the top of him. I don't think that McGee interfered.
Yeah. No, he'll go against LaGrange.
Yeah. There's another look at it. He's open early, and he should have thrown this much earlier because Shepard was able to catch up at that point, and then he comes over the top of him, of a McGee.
And the ball was slightly underthrown. Steve Pardue not exactly thrilled by that. We'll back him up 10 or 15. And as we hear from David Hudson.
Offense, loss of down, second down.
Somebody in the stands yelling, watch the replay, ref, watch the replay. Just because we're in an NFL stadium doesn't mean we're employing those devices.
No, there's no red challenge flags, and there's nobody up here to look, only us, Bo. And we have no meaning toward this game other than call the action for you at home. Timeout by LaGrange. So not a good way to start the offense if you're a Granger fan.
No, you want to come out with big plays. You want to be running smoothly. You want to control the clock. And you want to keep some pace and tempo, and that's not happening here.
Steve Pardue calling an early timeout. He's out in the huddle right now, perhaps reiterating what he said in the halftime locker room. Keep your poise. Still plenty of time. And this is a veteran team, veteran in a sense that this program goes to the playoffs and goes deep in the playoffs every year. Here's how they got there this year. Big wins over Cairo and Mary Persons, and then last week up in Gainesville, defeating the Red Elephants 28-20, and a great game up in Gainesville. Second and an acre. Tucker bobbles the snap, recovers, and completes the pass to Poitras. And Poitras has plenty of room to run. He'll get the first down to the 30. Marion Williams on the tackle.
Slaughter missed that tackle. Take a look at that. Slaughter's your left corner, and they're playing zone here. And here comes the completion. Sits down in the zone. There goes Slaughter. Lost his footing.
Williams was there to track him down. But then after a long gain by the Grangers. And so it looks as if Steve Pardue had a bit of a calming influence on his team. They came out of that timeout with a big play on 2nd and 25. And now in Trojan territory, looking to score 6 more, although Tucker is wrapped up big. Sam Chester and Deion Armstrong close in on the LaGrange quarterback.
Tucker gave it away. He had to be a little more patient than that. He had happy feet and showed them that it was the quarterback keeper.
It's a It's a loss of a 1, and
see, as soon as the snap comes, there should be a hesitation here. But look, happy feet. Boom! Didn't allow that play a chance to develop.
5 wide receivers. And Tucker wanting to go quick, wrapped up, penalty flag down by Everett. Ball's loose. That was crazy. Looks as if LaGrange kept it. Colin Thompson, an offensive lineman, came up with the football, but not after a big loss for the Grangers.
Holding against the Grangers. See if we can see the holding. That was it. That was Everett right there, almost making that tackle for a loss, and then he comes back and does and strips the ball.
Looks as if Thompson was holding Everett before he got away.
Holding, offense, penalties declined, 3rd down.
You see Colin Thompson wrapping his big arms around the football and keeping the possession with the LaGrange Grangers. But it lost a ton of yards for the Grangers. It'll be 3rd and 22. Four receivers. Tucker drops, looking towards Shepard. He's covered. Big number 56, Arquavius Searcy tracks him down, and the Peach County defense gets a big play.
Let's take a look at. I'm surprised Tucker didn't have a little more sense of where he was. Here he comes, pursuing, and then collapses on him.
And Searcy showed some speed.
Yeah, he did. Closing speed.
Tracking down Travis Tucker. LaGrange punts and a fair catch by Chris Slaughter. And so Peach County will start at the 19-yard line. You get a good look there at Arquavius Searcy, defensive lineman, making the big defensive stop.
Peach County all fired up now. They love the fact that they denied LaGrange, and here they've got the ball back and a chance to separate themselves.
And we haven't seen much of Mr. Slaughter in the first half.
No, we haven't seen that battery yet, and you know that's got to be coming.
Let's fire that weapon. Hitting on the keeper, has plenty of running room. Nice move. Cross midfield. Forced out of bounds. A huge run by Antonio Hinton. Forced out of bounds by Keon Harris.
I wonder if Jim Tressel is watching.
I'm sure he's got it dialed in on his computer.
Watch him here. A little bit of the look that LaGrange has been giving you. And made that great cut right there. Just a great sense of where the pursuit was coming from.
And now Peach County trying to up the tempo using no huddle. It's the draw to Howard. That's been effective all day. Tracked down behind by Anthony Blackman, number 15 of LaGrange. But another big pickup on the draw play by Mario Howard. No huddle by the Trojans.
I like this. I think it really forces the action. Put pressure on the defense.
Another draw to Howard. He's close to the first down. Well, they're having a lot of success with that draw play.
Don't forget those halftime stats, 165 yards for Peach County on only 17 carries.
I'd like to see the yards per carry on that. That's up there. 3rd down and 2. Out of the eye. Slaughter in motion. This is Mario Howard. He may have gotten close to the first down. Needed to get to the 21. We're going to mark him at the 22. Mike Daniel was there to stop from his defensive lineman position. It looks as if he's going to be a little short of the first down, although David Hudson would like to measure. Big look, good look at Rance Gillespie there. I'm sure he had plenty of things to say in the halftime locker room.
Well, Rance Gillespie obviously decided at this point to run some clock. It'd be interesting now to see if he would have the nerve to go play action and put the ball up top.
About a yard short of the first down.
I don't think so, though. The play here is to pick up this first down and continue to run clock.
This might have been a field goal, might test Juan Rodriguez's range. It'd be about a 39, 38 yarder. Fourth down conversions, LaGrange is perfect. This is the first opportunity for the Trojans. And that's a confident young man right there in Antonio Hinton. Howard in the back of the eye. It's Howard. Howard will have the first down. He'll pick up 3. So they'll keep the drive alive. That's Dorenzo Brown on the carry.
It's Antonio Blackman that came firing through there in a run blitz action.
And look at Dorenzo Brown's numbers. 9 touchdowns on the ground this year. Over 500 yards. Coach Gillespie says he's the most gifted athlete he's coached. On the blitz and hitting in trouble, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down by Robert Ramey. They brought the house on that one.
Yeah, there was a run blitz situation, and you're going to see he's going to juggle the snap, and I think he wanted to hand this ball off, but then realized he better keep it. No, he didn't. He didn't want to hand it off. He wanted to pull that out of there, but that run blitz action really stymied him.
So it'll be 2nd and long as LaGrange now pinning his ears back on defense. They're state champion, defending state champion, 2-time defending champion. Beginning to play like this. Hinton looking towards Slaughter's open. Incomplete. What a defensive play by Randall Burton. Slaughter had gotten behind his defensive back.
A little too much air under the pass, but we said these two are going to hook up, and they've done it so many times in the past 2 years. That should have been a completion, but a little bit of air. And look at Peach County, how they picked up the blitz that time. It was perfect. I thought that ball was tipped, and it wasn't. That was just a drop by Slaughter. See him take his eyes off it?
Thought he had a sure 6 points.
Yeah, took his eyes off it.
3rd and long. 4 receivers, Hinton looking toward the middle. Now being rushed, penalty flags down. Hinton buying some time. Now into the end zone. Slaughter is there. It was in and out of the hands of Keith Searcy, and Slaughter ran into him. No, I'm sorry, that would be Udom Uma that ran into him.
Watch him escape the sack here. Good job there. That was a face mask. I was wondering what the flags were going to be for. I thought maybe holding. Throws a great ball here. And then those two guys in the same spot, not supposed to be together. And Oda didn't realize, I don't think he realized that receiver was there.
Searcy was upset because he had a he had a sure 6 points, and his own teammate knocked it out of his hands.
Well, that's what happens when you scramble and you get flushed, and receivers have to know where to go.
Incidental face mask, defense. Replay 3rd down.
Let's see how that happened here. Oh, there it is right there.
After all that, it's Peach County will still have a 3rd down. Hinton looking toward the sidelines.
4 wides, John.
Slaughter in motion. Low snap, handled well by Hinton. Hitting looking toward the end zone. Touchdown! Dorenzo Brown. And Peach County tacked on 6 more.
Ran a skinny post and it ended with a rifle shot. What a great, great throw.
And so Juan Rodriguez will come out. As Peach County up by 10.
What's he wearing, brown dress shoes?
Whatever he's wearing, it's been good so far as he tacks on the extra point. If we take another look at this touchdown.
There's a skinny post right there, and then look at that great shot. A good adjustment on the ball.
Dorenzo Brown caught a touchdown pass earlier this year. Average 17 yards per catch. And he caps off this Trojan possession with a 23-yard touchdown reception. Well, of course, as you know, LaGrange, 2-time defending state champion, and you know they're the hunted team this year. And Steve Pardue talks about, you know, the pressure of going for a three-peat.
Really, I think pressure is pretty relative. It's what you put on yourself, you know. So it hasn't changed. But you know, last year the expectations were so high. You know, we won a game. You're like, all right, that game's over. Let's win the next one. And then even after we won the championship last year, it was kind of like, well, we did what we were supposed to do. You know, we didn't let anybody down. Where this year is a lot more fun, you know, because every time we win, it's like we're believing we're going to win more than everybody else is. So we win, and people are like, man, y'all won again, you know. And but the kids, the thing I like about is, like, we won and beat a very good games with Team at Gainesville. We were very excited after the game, but you could tell by our kids that wasn't their goal to get to the Dome. They're not satisfied getting to the Dome. They want to win here, and they want to win next week. And that's the way we're approaching it, just like we were treating this like another game, and we're coming to Atlanta on a business trip. And hopefully it's going to be an early morning business trip, but it's a business trip.
Yeah, when you talk about one of the great programs in the state of Georgia, it begins with you can arguably say it begins with the LaGrange Grangers. In fact, in 1991, they won a state championship. That was before Pardue got there, but they also claimed the mythical national championship. So this is a program that is very deeply rooted. And this play will be blown dead. David Hudson's been busy today. False start on the LaGrange offense.
I was going to say there have been some untimely whistles today, and you for both teams.
Dead ball foul, false start, offense, still first down.
But that obviously is a false start, and that you have to blow up.
So we'll do it again with a 1st and 15. Tucker gives it to Bernard Hurd, and Hurd to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And Sam Chester, Dion Armstrong, and the rest of the Trojan defense converge on him.
That's an old-timey classic wing tee type of play with pirouettes and slants and all kinds of things going on. X cuts.
So they used to do it in high school football.
Mm-hmm. Heck, that's what they used to do in football.
Oh my, have times changed. Tucker looking to throw. He's got Shepard down there, and Slaughter intercepts it. And Slaughter has some running room. He'll get down to the 27-yard line, and the momentum is clearly on the Trojan bench.
Remember what we talked about yesterday and earlier today? Throwing late over the middle is a tough proposition. Good fake there, good play action.
Slaughter just climbed to get that one. Slaughter can play some defense.
Yeah, he sure can.
2 interceptions on the year and puts Peach County in a great position to tack on 6 more. It's Howard on the draw, and Howard will pick up about 5 yards. brought down by the LaGrange defense. What a game he's had, Bo.
Yeah, it's been, we've had so many guys in this game have really shown themselves to be, quality college recruits. For instance, Slaughter going to Auburn, probably as a wide receiver, but, maybe not. Maybe as a defensive back.
And this kid will be wearing the red and silver of the Buckeyes as Mario Howard breaks out again. Howard across the 10 to the 9. Anthony Blackman there on the stop.
LaGrange sent the blitz, the run blitz up the middle, but nobody protected the outside. Watch them come. Run blitz up the middle, and now nobody's outside to contain.
And again, Peach County using a no huddle. 9 yards away. Perhaps breaking this open. Howard again, and this time he's shouldered by Anthony Blackman. Robert Ramey also there. If you take a look at big Robert Ramey, 89 tackles on the year for the Grangers. 9 for loss, 6 sacks, 3-year starter. Red zone offense, and I would say the Trojans have been very efficient in the red zone. 3 touchdowns in 3 possessions.
Well, it's almost critical that LaGrange stop him and hold him right here.
Need someone to stop him on a big play on defense and hit looking for the end zone. He's got Chris Slaughter. He's got a touchdown. And Peach County is up 34-17.
It looked like those guys have done that before, didn't it?
Those guys have been scrims, have been friends since elementary school. As you take a look at Chris Slaughter tying the school record, the 22nd touchdown reception of the year. They've been friends since they were 5 years old, went to middle school together. And now Juan Rodriguez is on the tack on the extra point. He's been perfect so far today. High snap, but Rodriguez, no problem, and it's 35-17. There's Chris Slaughter. Auburn Tiger fans, you'll like him in that orange and blue on the Alabama Plains.
Quick slant, left side, great throw.
Boy.
No time for inside help.
And that's where them working together for so long came into play. 4 plays, 27 yards, and Slaughter catches a 10-yard reception. They're the best of friends, Antonio Hinton and Chris Slaughter. And the Peach County fans are beginning to feel very comfortable about this trip to Atlanta. Steve Pardue called it a business trip. It's been a successful one so far for the Trojans. Juan Rodriguez gets set to kick it off. You mentioned about his dress shoes, Bo.
Yeah.
He's wearing golden shoes.
No, he's not.
I guarantee you.
Come on.
I guarantee you, those shoes are
Those are brown
gold.
wingtips.
With a shine?
Glow in the dark.
Well, he's ready to put the golden toe. Another pooch kick. Taken by Hardy. And Hardy takes a whack. And LaGrange will start from their 25.
Hats off to our GPB audio guys, because I've never heard such great on-field audio. The cracking of helmets and shoulder pads and everything has never been as obvious as it has been over these last 2 days.
Yeah, we're hearing some plastic popping. Steve Pardue knows his offense has got to get on track now. They're down by 2 touchdowns. Also need a field goal as well to tie. Penalty flags. And that looked doomed from the start.
Yeah, don't get antsy now. LaGrange has got plenty of time.
Another false start on the Grangers.
But you can't start doing things like that. You just got to go about your business. Tend to your knitting.
We talk about LaGrange. They were only returned.
Foul start. Offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
You know, this was a young rebuilding team that really wasn't expected to be at the Dome this year. They only had 2 returning starters from offense and defense from 2 straight state title teams. But Steve Pardue was proud of this group because they know the tradition at LaGrange, and they know this is a group that has to uphold that tradition. And here's Hurd on the sweep, and he'll lose yardage. Boy, has this Peach County defense picked it up. Rayfield Everett there on the tackle, along with Arquavius Searcy.
LaGrange has got their dauber down. They got to pick it up and go about their business. Now they seem to be a little down.
And all it takes is a big play on offense to get the confidence back. There's a loss of 2. And now Tucker out of the shotgun with 5 wides. Peach rushing 3, good coverage downfield. He just threw that one away. Poitras was the intended receiver, about way over his head.
Yeah, he also aimed that a little bit. You know, they're not playing instinctively now. They're thinking about this score. They're thinking about hoping they can get back in it. Just go about your business. Get yourself back in it. No time to start thinking.
You're talking about 16, 17-year-old kids. They know they're down, and they're in the building where the Falcons play. So there's a lot of things going on they're not used to.
Sally, where go?
17, they'll run the draw to Hurd, and Hurd wrapped up by that defense. Dion Armstrong got his big arms around Bernard Hurd, and it's another loss for the Grangers.
Take a look at it here, and you know, in the first half, this went pretty good. Not anymore. Peach County made that adjustment. They've seen that look before. Well, it's a lot of beef that met at him.
Trailer to punt. Slaughter calling fair catch, but that ball's going to land at the 37-yard line, and that's where Peach County's going to have excellent field positions. You take a look at big Dion Armstrong, 6'2", 290. And look at the total yards so far in the second half for LaGrange.
Wow, 94 to -8. 290 total to 144.
So LaGrange has been going backwards. As you take a good look at Antonio Hinton, and he has shown well in the second half. 2 scoring drives already for the Peach County Trojans. We're under a minute in the third quarter. It's a draw to Howard, and Howard cuts back, tripped up.
Wow.
Had Quay Huzzy had not gotten a hand on him, he may have been gone.
Huzzy just got him with his fingertips and tripped him up. Let's take another look at that. Howard's going to be coming from your right to left, makes a great cut there. And then right there, just gets his fingertips on his toes, enough to trip him up.
And that'll do it for your third quarter. It's been all Peach County. Peach County wasting no time to get back in the game. They got all the momentum on their side as we begin the fourth quarter. 35-17, Peach County leading. John Wilkerson, Bo Box, Scott Kozlowski with you. And it looks as if the Grangers were drawn off sides. Ramey and Bailey came blitzing through.
Yeah, I don't think they were drawn offsides. I think they just had an inkling. Yeah.
And that's going to give Peach a first down.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
When you get the sense it's starting to fall apart a little bit for LaGrange. 3 wide outs. Howard on the draw. And no, that's Dorenzo Brown. And Dorenzo Brown brought down by G.J. Stafford, number 16 for LaGrange. And boy, all morning I've been getting Howard and Brown confused. They look just alike out there.
I was just going to say that cut was classic Howard. It was the same cut, the same, looked like the same tempo.
And Dorenzo Brown, and Coach Gillespie told me he's probably the most talented athlete he's ever coached.
Really?
Most gifted athlete. And again, LaGrange crossing the line. Robert Ramey impatient.
I think they have lost their poise a little bit.
Well, this is the time of the game where you need to be poised. And I got to think Steve Pardue it might be good to call a timeout here to get these guys calmed down, get them back on track.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, still second down.
I'm surprised he hasn't pulled out Robert Ramey, that defensive end that's been offsides twice in a row.
10 penalties on the morning, costing the Grangers 60 yards. Heading out of shotgun. Looking towards Slaughter. We'll try again, and Slaughter, well, he came down with it, one-handed. Unfortunately, he's out of bounds.
Back of the end line. Take another look at it. You see what great athletic ability he has. Ooh, look at that hang time. One hand came down out of bounds. Wow.
Auburn fans get a good look. He'll be wearing that uniform. Second down. And a draw to Brown. And Brown will be short of the goal line. He'll get to the 1. Dorenzo Brown had a clear path, lost his feet, and fell short of the goal line.
Let's take a look and see where he goes down.
Yep,
oh, yeah.
Right there at the 1.
Yeah.
Good call.
Credit the Peach County offensive line. They've done a great job of blocking all afternoon, and especially here in the second half. They've been dynamite.
Dorenzo Brown will take a breather. Check this out, Bo. 3 backs, and it's Howard. Howard looks like he's going to be short of the goal line.
I closed my eyes for a moment. Was that the 4 horsemen?
Well, you're old enough to remember that.
Oh, I remember that.
Now, whenever I saw 3 backs, it's usually a wishbone. Back in the days of Darrell Royal and Barry Switzer. Again, 3 backs. Brown's in there, Dorenzo Brown. And again, stop short. Mario Howard. 4th down. And now is a great time for the LaGrange defense to stiffen.
Great
Anthony Blackman and Mikhail Bailey. And that'll give the ball to the Grangers.
Watch that penetration by LaGrange. Great job. Maybe that will get them going a little bit.
4th down goal line stop. Rance Gillespie not comfortable yet with this 35-17 lead. Backed up though are the Grangers. And they give it to Kendall, and Kendall will get the hard yardage inside, couple yards. Bring up 2nd down.
That left wing came back to the running back and became the lead blocker.
Looks like LaGrange wants to grind it out here, although I wouldn't be surprised we might see some sort of pass deep in their territory. I'm going to show 3 wides. Bernard Hurd's along back, and it's Hurd up the middle. Heard some more of that plastic popping, Bo, is Chester and Armstrong and Pearson all there.
Yeah, great job. Boy, this Peach County defensive front has also gotten better. We talked about their offensive line, but these guys aren't allowing anything. Earlier in the game, there was some holes, there was some running room. There's no running room anymore.
What's impressed me about their defensive line, Bo, is not only are they big, but they're pretty fast.
Well, I think we've seen that both yesterday in the AA semi and also today. There's a lot of quickness on these teams.
3rd and long. Shepard in motion. Tucker on the keeper, almost in trouble, able to get it out to the 9. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down, but he was walking a tightrope there for a while. Samuel Chester on the tackle. So it's
take a look at that. I was looking at a couple of players that got into a little fisticuff action after this. There you go, see in the background.
Tommy Traylor on the punt. Nice high kick. Land at the 40 and make it the midfield and be down at the 48, and that's where Peach County will take over some pretty good field position. Well, if you just joined us, it's 35-17. Peach County leading DeGrange in the 3A semifinal. When we're done, Doherty and Shaw will decide the other Class 3A semifinal. Tommy Palmer and Mark Lassiter will have that one for you. And the winner of those two games will meet in the state championship game next weekend. And the draw, and big yardage by Dorenzo Brown. And if it wasn't for that tackle by Anthony Blackman, he would have had 6 points.
Sure would have. In fact, how many times we've seen today guys just brought back down by those shoelace tackles. In the loose, looks like they're going to go the distance. Watch that tackle. That's the way to get it done.
Interesting thing about number 15, Anthony Blackman for LaGrange, he missed all last year with a broken ankle. Still has the speed. But a huge pickup by Dorenzo Brown. Peach County threatening to blow this game wide open. Brown again tripped up in the backfield under his own feet. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
It's about the same play, just about the same look.
Jeff Anderson there to make sure he was down. Dorenzo Brown, as you take a look at what we have next, Doherty and Shaw will kick off around noon for the other 3A state semifinal. Then it's Washington Wilkes and Bowden in the single A. The Red Devils back. Brookwood and Decula meet in the 5A, and Lowndes and Stevenson. Good to see the Jaguars make it to the Georgia Dome. And Dorenzo Brown is running through this LaGrange defense. John Keltner saves the touchdown, but I tell you, Dorenzo Brown's coming out here with fresh legs, and this LaGrange defense just a little winded.
Well, that's what it is. In fact, I was about to say that LaGrange looks as though they're worn out. I know that's not the case, and one team is not better conditioned than the other one here, but you're injecting some new talent in there, and these guys are fresh.
Look at that Peach County defense, poised and ready to come back, and they're not even breathing hard. Showing blitz. And it looked as if Howard was carrying it. It was a fumble, and Robert Ramey picks it up for LaGrange. And so LaGrange now has another shot with 5:47 to go, and Rance Gillespie can't believe it. It was Dorenzo Brown, and never had the handoff.
3 times in a row gave him the same look. Well, you know, that's why he's not starting.
Well,
and I don't mean that negatively. I just mean from number of reps, how many opportunities he's had are limited.
Dorenzo Brown is a junior, but here's LaGrange back for an opportunity. And Tucker looking to throw. Goes into a safety valve, and what a hit by Terry McGee. Randall Burton on the catch, but it cost him. And they lost yardage.
The way he hit him looked like he brought Molly with him.
Travis Tucker doing whatever he can to get this offense going. As we near the 5-minute mark, down by 2 touchdowns and a field goal. You got to make some things happen now.
Yeah, and we're going to make a big play just to start to feel better about yourself. Maybe you can get a turnover. Maybe you can get an onside kick. Try to get back in this thing with 5 minutes to go.
Marshall Shepard's been quiet today. The give. And some good yardage gained by Andre Hardy. Be close to the first down. Trojan defense on the pursuit. We'll bring up 3rd and long situation. I mentioned at the beginning, we haven't seen much of Marshall Shepard today. He was their big play guy, but you got to think the LaGrange defense has done a good job zeroing him out. 3 wideouts, or 4 wideouts. Hurd providing protection and a first down, and the catch is made by Marshall Shepard. So we finally see Mr. Shepard make a big catch.
Nice throw and catch. You can tell by his soft hands the way he plucked that he's going to be going places. Watch this. It's going to be a simple out. Also an excellent throw, but watch him just snatch this ball. Boom. All hands.
Terry McGee all over him. But LaGrange still in negative numbers as far as yardage in the second half. Tucker looking towards Shepard. Nothing there. And there to grab him is Rayfield Everett. He wasn't going to let Travis Tucker do anything special.
Rayfield Everett has had a great game. Rushing the passer, just been tough at the point of attack. He's been excellent.
Wearing number 11 from a defensive lineman position. He must have been a back at one time.
Here we go. Peach County, 349 total yards to 137 for LaGrange. Look at the yards in the second half. Minus 15 for LaGrange, 153 for Peach County.
You got to credit that Trojan defense.
They came alive. They made some great adjustments at halftime. Credit coach.
5 wideouts on 2nd and long. And the screen. Completion. That was Cortez Strickland on the catch. No fumble.
Great open field tackle. Because we've seen so much speed in this game. Let's take a look at that. Here he is in space. Lots of places to make a move. And that was Brad Tooks.
But LaGrange still in a 3rd and long situation. And as we near the 3-minute mark, you would think Marshall Shepard needs to make some kind of big play. He's your big play guy. You want to get back in this game. And the pass is incomplete. Intended for Poitras, who has a touchdown pass earlier today.
Boy, that could have caused some damage if he caught that. It was a great throw. And he split defenders. They were in 2 deep, and he would have split them and taken it a long way.
So Tommy Traylor will come out to kick. 2:53 to go in the 4th quarter. Slaughter back there. Another good high kick, fair catch. Mario Howard. And so at the 45, Peach County will take over in Granger territory. John Wilkerson, Bo Box, Scott Kozlowski with you from the Georgia Dome. This is the first of 5 football games here on GPV, and it's been a good one. Peach County leading, and that's Mario Howard to the 40, brought down by Anthony Blackman of LaGrange. Well, it's all been Peach County in the second half, Bo.
It sure has been. We can see that from the time of possession and also the yardage differential. And now they're just trying to run clock, obviously, and get ready for next week in the championship game.
Get the feeling if you're a Peach County fan, there might be a little revenge in this game. Peach County and LaGrange met in the state title game 2 years ago, with LaGrange winning that one. As you take a look at the numbers of Mario Howard, might have been a little more extra umph in this Peach County team, as Howard, who all day has been getting great yardage, and he advances that one out to the 30-yard line. It's another first down for Peach County, and the clock runs.
Now you got a chance to avenge that game that you were talking about, John, by defeating the reigning state champions.
Two-time reigning state champions. Let's give some props over to LaGrange. I mean, when you win 3 state titles in 4 years, you've got a program. And this has been the class program in Class 3A this decade. That guy has had a heck of a game, Antonio Hinton. So is this guy, Mario Howard, and he's brought down by Keon Harris. And I'm sure there's some transplants from Ohio tuning in, seeing what their Buckeyes are going to get. Did you take a look at Rance Gillespie?
They're not getting Rance Gillespie.
No, he's not part of the package.
Oh.
Second down. Howard gains a couple. Brought down by Mikhail Bailey as we're under a minute. And imagine the Peach County fans can feel it. They're going to go to the state title game.
You can see the sportsmanship down there. It's really a really good thing to see. These guys have competed hard.
And look at that coaching staff at Peach County. They know.
Yeah.
Rance Gillespie has a huge smile on his face. Chris Slaughter acknowledging the crowd. There won't be a three-peat in LaGrange, but as the flag goes down. But Granger fans, you can be very proud of this football team. 2 starters returned on offense, 2 starters returned on defense. Not much was expected of this team, but here they are in the Georgia Dome, maintaining that football tradition at LaGrange.
Did a great job.
But that guy right there, Rance Gillespie, this team was 0-3 to begin the year. In fact, for the first time ever, Peach County lost to Houston County. Antonio Hinton didn't play in that game because he was recovering from ankle surgery. Since he's come back, they've rattled off 10 straight wins and have punched their ticket to the state championship game. Peach County has never won a state championship, but they'll get the opportunity next week. They'll take on the winner of Doherty and Shaw, which will come up at noon. And the fans from Fort Valley that made the trip up this morning are celebrating. A great win for the Trojans, Bo.
And LaGrange fans also celebrating and celebrating their team and how far they came. And it's just been great sportsmanship in here this morning. It's great to see.
And if you've been tuning in the 9 a.m. time slot, well, you've been entertained by 2 outstanding offensive games. As Peach County wins this one 35-17. Over the LaGrange Grangers. All right, let's hear from Scott Kozlowski with the winning coach, Rance Gillespie.
I'm here with Coach Gillespie. Congratulations, Coach. How's it feel to be going to the state championship?
Oh, we're just so excited and just real pleased with the way our kids have rebounded from the start, and just so proud of these kids and the way they came out and worked. Continue to get better each and every week.
It was a second half shutout. What'd you tell your kids at halftime?
Oh, I don't know. Those defensive coaches do all that. Give all the credit to Jim Finch and Chad Campbell and Sean Morgan and Jeff Bailey. Those guys do a heck of a job over there on that defensive side, and they just rose to the occasion. Real proud of them.
Congratulations, Coach. Go enjoy it, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Scott. 35-17 Peach County. We're back to wrap it up after this. 35-17 Peach County wins it. An impressive performance by the Trojans, Bo Bach.
Oh, great football, great players over the last 2 days, John. I enjoyed it.
Loved working with you this weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Coming up next, Doherty and Shaw. For Bo Bach and Scott Kozlowski, and for our entire crew, I'm John Wilkerson saying so long.